What's up? Did that move or was that there?
That was there.
Oh, that looks weird without that thing on.
Radiant, that's your radiant.
Today we're changing the light bulbs in a 7.3 liter. I missed it already, but we took this off. We had to pop the grommets out. Now we're taking out all these bolts, 10 millimeter, and we're going to replace it with these LEDs from Carifex. And I'll give you a review at the end. So this piece had to come off. We had to pop it off right here and slowly work around so we didn't break it, and then popped it off there. And there's 10 millimeter nuts right here that have to come off. And then this is just going to pop right off like that. And yeah, I'll get back to you when we get to the next step. Okay, now this has got to get pulled down, I guess. And I think that's a 13 millimeter. And there may be some other bolts we got to take out, but I'll let you know if we get to those. Okay, so we got these in there. They're very difficult to turn in. Now we got to put the CAN bus load resistors. I already did the other side. These things have to go on to prevent them from burning out early. $15. And yep. All right. They're on and working. Now we got to put this thing back together. I didn't know. There is a nut down here. This has to be taken out to get the light out, and it's probably going to be difficult to put it back in. So yeah, don't forget to, this grill popped on pretty easy, so don't forget to put that screw in there. Yeah, don't forget your 13 millimeters behind there. We got to put in 2 screws up here. All those are grommets, and it's going together, I think, easier than it was to take it apart. I will go over, I understand I'm going over this stuff a little fast and maybe missing stuff. At the end of this video, I will put a bare description of what we did. Yeah. Alright guys, we got it all put back together. I will give you a quick rundown. Yeah, I'll go over everything that we had to do. As long as you save your parts and do it one step at a time, it's not too bad. Putting it together is quite easy. Everything snaps back together. You just have to find all of your bolts and stuff and make sure you put them back in order. Yeah, so I will give you a review of these Carifex compact LEDs after we try them out for a while. I hope to God they last, because it was a job taking all that apart. It should be easier. So, yep. So, we got the light bulb switched out to the LEDs, but apparently either they need to be adjusted or they're just way too bright. So I'm going to have to figure out how these get adjusted downward. Just on the drive home from my parents, which is about a 15-20 minute drive, I got 5 people flashing their lights at me, so I don't like that. I'm gonna have to look up how to do that. But what we had to do, I'm gonna go through the steps one more time just to make it clear if you want to try to attempt to do this yourself. Okay, we had to pop all these rivets up. If you have like one of those little pry tools, it's a lot easier, but I just used a flat screwdriver. This one is absolutely the hardest, but it works just like the other ones. You pop this thing up and then the inside squeezed together. I did damage it a little bit because it was so hard, but you got that one, this 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 one, oh, and then this one. And those back there, you take this whole thing comes off, and then there's screws under here. I don't know how many screws, but they're all 10 millimeter. Take all those out. I used a drill to make it much faster. And then you have to, there's a nut back here you got to take off, and then there's a 13mm down here behind this rubber weather seal. It's a little hard to get to, but you can get it. If you're gonna have to have a ratchet for that, or some kind of a socket. Then this, actually we had to take this off first. I had to pry this right here and slowly pop this off because it's kind of fragile. Pop that all the way off. I guess take a screwdriver and pop both sides off, and then work on the middle. And then just kind of force this thing off. It's a little scary because it's plastic, but it didn't break. Pulled it off, and then these, once you got those nuts and everything out, you just pop them out, because they do have a little tab that kind of snaps in over there, but you just pop that out, and then the whole fixture comes out. And then probably the hardest part is getting the old bulbs out and getting the new ones tight enough, or twisted, you know, all the way, because I don't know if you can see in there, but you want to have it so it's up and down. Otherwise it's not going to be the right pattern. It'll kind of be spraying light all off in weird directions. So I think it took us about 2 hours. But I think, you know, the second time around, once you know what you're doing for sure, it could be a little bit faster. Maybe an hour once you got good at it. So if you got the time, I think it's worth doing it yourself. And I'll give you an update once I figure out what's going on with the brightness and how to adjust that. So the next video will be from either South Dakota or somewhere on the way to South Dakota. And the next videos after that will be about South Dakota and whatever we're doing there. And man, I really got to shave that off. That's bothering me. Anyways, have a great week. Like, share, and subscribe. Ad Asta, friends.